Very good morning to all of you. Myself is Nikhil Kumar, Assistant Professor in Department of IT, Ajay Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. I have today I have a lecture in cyber security that has the code BCC 401. That is especially for the BTech second year in AKTU, CS and its allied branch. Especially today, the topic is the common type of cyber crimes. In the previous lecture of this lecture stage of the cyber security, some points are already covered. So for the today, we have a brief outline for the previous lectures discussions. Then we will go for the next lectures. That is the most important topic for the regarding cyber crimes. So till now, what we have discussed, we have already discussed the cyber crime definitions, the origin of the word cyber crime, information security, what is the security parameters are used in the to secure the informations or data, who are the cyber criminals, the classification of cyber crimes, global perspective on cyber crimes. These topics are already covered. We have a brief discuss about all these before we start the next one points. Okay, what is the cyber crime? Basically, these are the two terms. First one is the cyber, second is the crime. So cyber is directly associate with the connect with the word computer. So and crime is the some illegal activities that is done against the human and human tendency. Okay, so in combined form, the cyber crime connect doing bad things using the computer and the internet, like breaking the rules in the digital world. The origin of the word is comes from the cyber crime, that are the same thing that I have already discussed. What is the information security? To secure our data for the retrieval purpose or for unauthorized access. It is the information security. We have some parameters to secure our information or data, digital data basically. What are the key aspects? That is the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These are three main characteristics to secure the informations. Who are the cyber criminals? Basically, criminals are different categories, but especially in the cyber criminals, when a persons that are addicted or not, but using the computer or its services, basically on the internet services, especially doing some bad things that are not permissible, are considered in the cyber criminals. Cyber criminals are like digital bad guys. They are people who use computer and the internet to do naughty stuffs. Anyone can be a cyber criminals. That not specifically that how we connect or we can categorize that this person is considered in the cyber criminals or not. The digital rule breakers. These are two basic points. On the behalf of that, we can consider that this person is considered in the cyber criminals or not. What are the classification of the cyber criminals? Basically, we categorize the cyber crimes in 4 different categories, respectively on the basis of the individual persons, on the basis of that the property. Property is specifically the assets that a person is used. It may be its hard disk, its personal data, it's stored in the hardware device or in the global internet storage. Cyber crime against organization, specifically for the organization, it may be a connected source of persons, a associations, a company, an individual organization, considered cyber crimes against organization. Cyber crimes against society, specifically when a crime is associated not to a individual persons, it target a common platform for a isolate specifically for the a particular society. It harm a particular society or a group of persons that are individually or personally connected to a to achieve something, a common task. The cybercrime against individuals considers these points: email spoofing. Email spoofing basically connect with the agenda that a persons that are share a mail, send a mail on the behalf of other persons, but hide its identity of my itself and use some other identity which does not share the mail. Spamming is basically a multiple share of messages that are not undesirable, that are undesirable in nature. The harassment and the cyber stalking is basically connect or stalk on the basis of the computer system or its services. These are the some points that are based on the individual person's identity. The second one is the credit card fraud. Basically, the duplicacy of credit card is just the example of the cybercrime against property. The points considered these include software piracy, copyright infringement, trademark violations, theft of computer source. These the points already we have covered. The next one is the cybercrimes against organizations, denial of service, virus attack, email bombing, and Trojan horse. Basically, Trojan horse, what is that? It is a specific type of virus that looks like very gentle informations, but it connect inbuilt with a specific purpose designations, and when it target to a specific file or a system, it use some it basically disturb the whole computer system and deal with the specific file that it does not works properly. The computer hardware, its operating system, basically Trojan horse attack on the computer operating system is the whole system. The next one is the cyber crime against society. These connect 2 points, that is the forgery and the web jacking. What are the global perspective on cyber crimes? A global perspective on cyber crimes look like that when we know very well that the computer infrastructures and the dependency on the computer network and its internet services is globally accessed and achieved too much with the very high wings, so that we can say the cyber crimes ratio regarding this time frame is also smoothly to do very fast speeds. So the more details regarding the on cybercrime global perspective, that is a no borders. That means we cannot say that this specifically area does not contains are not associated with the cyber crimes. This area is the hygienic, most probably that is mostly connect with the criminal activity on the basis of cyber information. But we can say that where a number of people or society is depend and use the services of internet, there are the more chance to affect the cyber criminals activities, because cyber criminals basically attack on such type of individual or society, or we can say property, that are mostly associate or connected or uses the computer and its services, and there are some lack of awareness on the society and other persons, that the digital challenges everywhere. We know very well that there are some challenges that basis on the cyber criminals. We can say some examples that, let's suppose we are not aware about the what are the cyber criminals, what are the cyber crimes, and we use that the service of internet, and we don't know if someone share or send the mail to us, and we don't know the authenticity of that person, and we use the open that email and the links that are associated on that mail, and on the behalf just that it looks like very nice. So sometimes we are uh, connect indirectly to the cyber criminals activities, and the part and become some part of the cyber criminal activities. What are the cyber criminal eras? The survival mantra: be cyber aware, These are the some points that are generally we should be known to avoid the cyber crimes. What are the mantra? Be cyber aware. We should aware about the computer connectivity and the cyber services. Use strong password where the password is recommended. We should use the strong password, and it is also necessary to update, or we can say to update the password frequently, so that the persons that are the nature of the criminals activity associated, we cannot assume that what is the password. Keep software updated. The antivirus software and the software that are associated connected with the applications that are we used should be updated. Be specific spectacles of emails we should associate and directly have some categorize that such type of emails are associated with the persons. So we are very essential and to informative in nature that which type of emails should be accessed. Use trusted website, secure personal information, install antivirus software. These are the points to using that information or service and the awareness about the computer systems and their service. We can avoid and become the part of the activity of the computer criminals. What are the survival month for the netizens? Netizens are persons that are basically use the computer service in the much more times than the just common persons. So netizens are basically the persons that are mostly usable, mostly use the computer services, internet services. The survival mantra are the, we have already discussed all the points. How criminals plan the attacks, it is very important. What is the strategy that the criminals use? The first one is the identifying the weak points. When we use the computer services, we have some loophole, and that loophole is after understand, or we can say that when the criminal persons understand that that is a weak point of that person, so then the criminal target at the specifically weak points. Sorry. The next one is the exploiting vulnerabilities. What is that? Exploit, basically the criminal persons exploit the and some use some and recommend the normal persons the things that are directly connected a person's. Just we can say the examples. Let's suppose a persons that are a student in by default and using some computer services. Basically, he has some subject related PPTs. So the criminal persons can share him or his the regarding the subject regarding mails and connect that are associated with the some uh, virus associated mail that can be shared to the student persons. Social engineering is basically the most important agenda that we are know that in the computer network or using that service we are connected socially or in the globally. So we are not much more aware about what the point should be used in the, what is the point that the persons use. So in the social engineering is the main points for the criminal. He find the some loophole for the because when we are on the globally social associated connected, we share some personal information to the social sites. Malware deployment is basically is the hardware is the software that are malicious in natures, planning attack routes. He use some strategy, follow some strategy, and also use some point to point and follow off for the strategy that he follow. Let's suppose he want to share some information to access the personal detail of the uh, any individual person. So firstly he share a message, then he want to exact find out the personal detail. He next time he connect some other message that are related to the previous reference message. So these are the strategies that the criminal follow most probably. We have already these covered points covered. Now what is the social engineering? The social engineering is basically connected with these techniques in the social engineering. First one is the phishing, second is the pretexting, impersonations, quiz and surveys. Using these points, is persons that are connect, that are associated, that are in the cyber criminal, a person that are connected with the cyber criminals activities have some these points to reflect a person and to find the uh, assets, or we can say that the personal information for the individual and the society persons. What are the techniques used in the social engineering? First one is the phishing. Phishing is cut that sending fake email or message to trick individual persons to find the sensitive information that is directly related to the individual persons. The pretexting is something creating a made up scenario to obtain the personal information. Impersonations, posing as someone trustworthy to gain access to the information or system. Let's suppose we trust our teachers, so that when a mail from that looks like that the faculty members can be shared to the students, can be shared to the student, the cyber criminals share a mail to the can share the mail to the students that looks like that the that are associated with the faculty members. The quiz and surveys are the basic information in which we can share our personal details to the unauthorized person also, because in the quiz and survey have the nature that is basically used to find the personal detail to a organizer. So it is very important that most of the time when we are not aware about the services of the computer system and the internet service, and we avoid the basic parameters, then in that case we share our personal detail to the cyber criminals. So for today this is our lecture is finished. So in the next video lectures we will share some most important topics that are related to the cyber criminals and the cyber crimes basically, and the techniques that can be used to avoid such type of things. Thank you very much.